If you're staring at a big project and you're not sure where to start, this video is for you. We'll show you the simplest way to break any project into weekly deliverables you can actually finish. Before planning anything, we use a very simple approach called chunking. If you have been working with project management tools, you'll notice it's basically the same idea behind the WBS and Gantt chart, breaking a big project into smaller, manageable pieces. The breakdown looks like this. Break the project into phases. Break each phase into iterations. Break each iteration into tasks. Imagine you're looking at the full project timeline from the start on the left to final delivery on the right. Most projects can be split into 3 phases, and at the end of each phase, you set a locked milestone. Locked means once it's done, you don't go back. To make this easier to visualize, let's take the example of a website development project. The project phases might look like this. Phase 1, Discovery and Wireframes. This phase starts at the beginning of February and runs for 3 months, so you lock the milestone on the last day of April. Next, Phase 2, Design. This phase is also estimated to take 3 months, from early May through the end of July. You lock another milestone at the end of this phase. Finally, Phase 3, Development and Launch. This is the final stage of the project, and completing this phase marks the final delivery. Each phase is then broken down into time-boxed iterations, where each iteration produces a clear deliverable. For example, in an app feature development project, each iteration produces a clear deliverable. First iteration, feature requirements and validated UX flows. Second iteration, finalized UI design and interactive prototype. Third iteration, core feature implementation. Fourth iteration, integrated and tested feature. This continues until the phase milestone is completed. This structure works for almost any deliverable-based project, such as video production, branding systems, mobile or web apps, UX, UI design projects, marketing campaigns, product iterations, client services. Pretty much every project we've worked on follows this model. So, what if I'm not doing client work? The same methodology still applies exactly. You just change what the project is. For example, your entire year is the project. Let's say you're not delivering something to a client. Maybe you're running your own business, managing a team, or building something internal. In this case, your whole year becomes a project. The year breaks into 4 quarters. Each quarter has a clear quarterly goal. Revenue targets, product features you want to ship, content output, growth metrics. Each quarter breaks into time-box iterations. Iterations then break into tasks. So instead of deliverables for a client, you're creating deliverables for your own goals. This method makes it easier to organize your tasks. Stay focused on what actually matters. See progress week by week and avoid drowning in day-to-day noise and random work. No clients, no external deadlines, just clear structure and predictable progress toward your own goals. Now let's see how to break iterations into tasks. Before diving, remember this. The goal of breaking projects into smaller pieces is to create predictable, measurable progress. Once your phases and milestones are set, the real progress happens inside the iterations. Each phase gets broken down into iterations, and each iteration contains the tasks you must finish to keep the project on track. So let's break iterations into tasks. Assume an iteration is a week. At the beginning of the week, ask one question. What must be done this week to hit the milestone? Then list all the tasks needed for the milestone. Assign tasks to team members, check if the workload is realistic, and adjust based on capacity and priorities. This method gives the team a clear plan for the week. Once you list all tasks, the next step is choosing what actually fits into the week. Here's the simple logic. Start with the highest impact tasks, the ones directly tied to the milestone. Add medium tasks, which is helpful but not critical. Fill leftover space with small tasks, quick wins, and low effort items. Stop at a realistic capacity. It's like packing a suitcase. Big items first, then the smaller ones. Stop when it's full, not overflowing. How to estimate time. If you're working solo, estimate tasks based on your past experience. If you're working with a team, let each person estimate their own time and then add a bit of padding. Padding is buffer time for unexpected delays. By the end of the week, you close the iteration. Next week, you create a new iteration with a new set of tasks, all aligned with the same milestone of the phase. For client work, this works especially well. You deliver updates once a week. Clients give feedback early next week. That feedback determines what tasks go into the next iteration, and you keep doing that until the entire phase is done and locked to move on to the next phase. Review, adjust, deliver every week. That's how teams stay on track when plans shift. How TaskFord supports breaking a project into weekly deliverables. TaskFord is an integrated work delivery platform. Its help turns big projects into clear, doable weekly plans. For example, Gantt charts help you plan visually by breaking big phases into clear, manageable tasks. You can set up task dependencies and easily adjust schedules with simple drag and drop actions. With this, you can set clear goals by defining key milestones, estimating task duration, and tracking both progress and budget, so everyone can see the full picture at a glance. TaskFord also helps you visualize workload and team capacity, making it easier to optimize resource allocation, priorities, and ownership in a clear and structured way. On top of that, TaskFord helps you control project costs and prevent budget overruns with built-in financial tracking. Plan it, schedule it, and deliver it with TaskFord. It's free to get started. Try it today and follow TaskFord for more work delivery insights.